Okay, so welcome back to my channel, and sorry I haven't done a video in a little while. I did run a 100-mile foot race last week, and it kind of took its toll on me. I have put a video up, so if you do want to watch someone slowly unwind and do very, very badly at something. Oh, I did finish, so I didn't do that badly. But if you do want to see somebody have a nervous breakdown on camera, I would recommend you watch that video. But it's meant that I have not done any filming of book videos, but I have had plenty of time to read while I've been resting and recovering from that traumatic ordeal. So I have read a few books which I haven't wrapped up yet, but I thought I'd do a bit of a May TBR because I've got a few books lined up. So I have 5 today that I was going to go through. I'll probably have a few more later in the month, but these are the 5 that I've got at the moment. So I'll start with one that I have already started. If you can see, I am about halfway through it already, and it is a bit of a big one, but it is my guilty pleasure, man. It's Dan Brown, The Lost Symbol. It's all about Masons and some of the secrets behind their organisation, and I do find the Masons quite fascinating. And also at the moment there's a lot of programmes on over here in the UK about the Masons and some of the secrecy behind it. I think they're trying to open up the organisation to some younger people, and I just find it really fascinating. And Dan Brown is somebody who is a really quick-paced writer. All his chapters are really short. Every single chapter, even though it's short, it seems to end on a cliffhanger. I just love it. I love it. He keeps me very entertained, and I mean to the point not many writers do it, where I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen, and I can feel my anxiety building up. I think a writer that gives you an anxiety attack is probably quite a good writer in a sick kind of way. So that's my first book. The second one, I have no idea really what it's about. I have seen it on one other person's channel. I think I saw Shout Amy was going to read it a month or 2 ago. But it is Who's That Girl by Mahari McFarlane. It looks like just a good, fun, sort of Bridget Jonesy type read. Again, it's quite a thick one, so I've got a feeling, although I'll breeze through it and it'll be quite quick, there's a lot of words there, so it might take me a little bit longer than expected. It's pretty. It's definitely not going to be anything too difficult to read, and I just thought it'd be a nice fun one to sit in the garden and read. But yeah, I just thought I'd give it a go. Again, it was £3.99 from Sainsbury's. That seems to be a theme in my life at the moment, £3.99 from Sainsbury's, but we'll give that one a go. Next one is a bit more of a difficult one because I realised I've not been reading many classics recently, and I thought that I needed to sort of push myself a bit more. And I've wanted to read this for a while, and it's Jack Kerouac, On the Road. I watched a programme about a girl who read this book and then disappeared, and they never found her again. They don't know if she got murdered. I mean, she left her home of her own accord and jumped in a car and went on this road trip. But she had been reading this book just before she left, and they never found out what happened to this girl. But having watched that documentary, I was like, I want to know what would make someone get in a car and just leave their family and drive away. So I just thought it would be really interesting to read it. And it's one of those, American classics that everyone, a lot of people say, oh, I read that book and it changed my life. I don't think it's going to change my life, but it looked interesting. So I thought I'd give it a go. I have started it. I'm there. So I'm probably about a third, well, not even a third, because a lot of it's introduction. But yeah, I don't know what I think of it so far. I think I need to get further in before I can make a proper review of what I think of it. But it's okay so far. I don't know. I'll tell you at the end. I think that's probably the best thing for me to do. My fourth book is, it's called Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney, just because I am so into my thrillers at the moment. And this one looks really good. Reading the blurb, it says, "My name is Amber Reynolds. There are 3 things you should know about me. 1, I'm in a coma. 2, my husband doesn't love me anymore. And 3, sometimes I lie." That's so mixed up. I mean, she's in a coma and sometimes she lies. How can she be lying when she's not even awake? I don't know, it piqued my interest. I don't know if I've seen it anywhere on BookTube yet, but it has got a blurb by Claire McIntosh, and Claire McIntosh is great. So, yeah, again, $3.99 Sainsbury's. It's the theme. It's running through most of my videos at the moment. But I will let you know. I think I'm going to like it just because. Just because. And my final one I picked up today at the charity shop. Where I work, we have a book swap, and I work for like a holiday company. We're in a forest, and I don't think our guests really understand the concepts behind a book swap, because we put loads of books up and they all just disappear. So people just take them and don't put another book back. So I just don't think they've kind of grasped the concept of what a book swap is. But before one went missing, I'd picked it up and liked the look of it, and then it went missing because somebody picked it up and didn't put another one back. But the one that I like the look of, I just found in a charity shop this morning, so I was like, yes, get it. And it's The Girls by Emma Cline. Again, I've seen quite a lot about this one on BookTube, because Emma Cline is quite a young writer. I think she's only about 25. So that kind of sets her out as this like whiz kid in the literary world. I have also listened to a book club podcast recently where they discussed this, and a lot of the bits that they picked out were quite, they were just interesting. And it's about the Manson girls who joined the Manson cult back in the 60s, I'm guessing it was. I don't know a lot about it, but I think this might open up some things that I might like to research. And I do like that about fictional books, when you pick up something and it opens your eyes to a topic that you've never really known anything about. And I think that's why I quite like books by people like Philippa Gregory, because you can read the fictional portrayal that she creates for you. And then you can go back and actually research it properly. And I know these writers must put a lot of research into their books before they write them. But I like the idea of reading something that's fictional but also learning, and then maybe it opening some doors to some more research for yourself. I like that. That was a roundabout way of just saying I like to learn stuff when I read. But and it's a really pretty cover as well. I think that's all the very Instagram, isn't it? Yeah, I like the look of it. And I love hardback books. Loads of people say they don't like hardback books because they like hurt their hands when they're reading them or something. But you can open it and you don't break the spine. So I like a good hardback, and it was only £1 from RSPCA. So yeah, that's my last one. But as I say, I'm almost through The Lost Symbol, so I'll probably have that one read within the next week, well, probably the next couple of days, and then I might continue with On the Road, and then I might go on to The Girls, because I quite fancy that one. So anyway, I have finished quite a few books recently, which I'm going to have to do a wrap up. So what I'll do is I will do like a mid-month wrap up, because I was going to do a part 2 wrap up in April, and I just didn't get around to that because I had my run right at the end of April, and I was just nervous about it, and it all fell to pieces. So hopefully I'm going to get back to a bit more of a schedule, and you will see a bit more of me talking about books and less having nervous breakdowns on the Thames towpath in the middle of the night. Yeah, bye.